flow. So here we go, here we go, here we go. With Market Mania flow, Market Mania flow. Get you a beverage by using leverage. Get you a beverage by using leverage. Get you a beverage by using leverage. Me top market maker, me red like a baker. Me top market maker, me red like a baker. Betty election, make a prediction. Betty election, bet an erection. Bet an erection, make a prediction. Feel a friction, make a prediction. Feel a friction. Betty election, bet an erection. Bet an erection. Get into bed with she. Bet election and call she. Make love on election night. Make love on election night. Tournament 3 bet light. Make love again 3 bet light. Make love on election night. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. The race and the gal is tight. In tournament 3 bet light. Make love on election night. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. The race and the gal is tight. In tournament 3 bet light. Market Mania flow. Big up to Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Me tell you about Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. Market Mania flow. Get the dough. Market Mania show. Now you know. Market Mania show. Gal on the floor. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Oh, Market Mania flow. Tell them Market Mania show. Bet the election, bet on erection. Bet the election, bet into bed with she. Bet election, make a prediction. Bet the election, feel a friction.
The stock market beating companies to new highs.
I'm not fucking with it. The show goes on. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now. Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, presented by Kalshi. The no bullshit approach to all markets, including election betting, cryptocurrency, music NFTs, and the largest casino in the world, the US stock market. We're back, baby. Joined by very special guest, Violetta Zironi. Almost got the name right. Violetta, thank you so much for joining Market Mania today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited. You got the name perfect. Don't worry. Second time around. Yes.
You're too sweet. Thank you very much. Brett Ritchie, I know you're an ordinals guy. Yeah. Violetta sold a music ordinals for 1 Bitcoin. Violetta,
Amazing.
Give us... That's awesome. It really is awesome. And Violetta, if you would just give us your story so that all the viewers at home know how you ran it up like this.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a singer-songwriter, as traditional as it gets. I've been professionally, pursuing a career for 11 years now. And it started out with being part of the music industry, right? The traditional music industry. I was signed to a major record label when I was 18, so very young, and that scarred me forever. And I realized how rotten it was behind the scenes right from the get-go, which pushed me to continue as an independent. And I kind of tried to be as independent as I possibly could over the years. And then 3 years ago, I learned about blockchain and NFTs and Bitcoin, and decided that that was the way for me to be more decentralized. And it all kind of culminated recently with someone actually valuing a song a whole Bitcoin as opposed to what Spotify leads us to believe, 0.00003 cents per stream. So this is my message to the music industry. You're wrong.
Super, super cool. We love stories of somebody going independent when the traditional channels shut the door. You go in through the window, as the famous Doyle Brunson said. Let me ask when did you find crypto? When did that hit your radar?
That was almost 3 years ago. I was completely, I mean, I was aware of Bitcoin and crypto in general, but I'd never used it. I was not a techie person at all. I was literally like a singer-songwriter with a guitar. Like, that's it.
Sure.
I had an iPhone 6. And then when I found it, though, I understood that it didn't just change the financial system, but when you change money, you change everything. Right, because everything is involved with money, and so that's when it clicked 3 years ago, really. So.
Change the money, change the world, so we say in the old Bitcoin space. Britt Ritchie, when you see a story like this, like, what questions come to mind here? I got 100 here for just exactly how this all works.
I don't have a whole lot of questions. Well, I got a couple questions, but in general, it makes me happy. I like seeing artists making money, right? Music is a brutal industry where there's way more losses, I guess, right? There's not a lot of wins. Like, I sold a song for 1 Bitcoin. So I think it's important to celebrate those as they come across. Yeah.
I want to promote you too. So how can people, if somebody wanted to purchase, or if somebody wanted to listen and purchase and support the Violetta Zironi music story, like, or if they wanted, where do they go? What's the best way to listen or buy more NFT music?
Yeah, I mean, you're on it right now. My website, I feel like I'm a decentralization maxi, so I don't really tell people to go to my Spotify because I haven't used it in 3 years. So all my latest songs are on my website, my marketplace. I have my own marketplace connected to my website where you can stream the songs for free and buy the NFTs if you want. They're not all 1 Bitcoin. There's the majority of them are really affordable, so anyone can really get in, and I offer a lot of utility as well. So website, violettazironi.com.
Super, super, super cool. And I've just seen, I don't know, I guess you mentioned that you were interviewing Skrilla for something too. Just, I know it's kind of near and dear to the old Rare Pepe group heart. Is that where you looked at? Did you see like the first kind of music NFT people? Was that like where the interest, did you find them?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. That I was very fascinated in hearing the story. Like, how did this community come up with the idea? Let's attach a token to a song, that you can own and trade, and you can manage with, self-sovereignty, which, is very, very inspiring. But Skrilla really inspired me specifically for music ordinals, because when I learned about ordinals in early 2023, no one was really putting any music on it except for Skrilla, who was inscribing MP3s. And so I remember reaching out, and that's when I first got to know him as well. Like, how do you do this? Is this possible? And of course, he was very helpful and very inspiring. So yeah, he's a legend.
Shout out to Skrilla. And then the one song, 1 Bitcoin, no ordinary. I'm sorry, I don't have the thing right here. The N0 ordinary song. And so is it
no ordinary kind?
No ordinary kind. I will admit to being a slacker first and foremost for all things. Is it inscribed on the blockchain? Is it an MP3 inscribed on the blockchain?
It's an MP4 inscribed on the blockchain, which is was a little bit tricky because obviously ordinals, file sizes are a challenge with ordinals due to the block space. But if you have the right song that sounds good the way you want it to sound, even when it's compressed, then it's no problem. You can inscribe anything. So it's on chain. Yeah. Super
cool. This led to a big debate. Luke Dash Jr. was talking a lot of shit about how this is spam. Personally, I think this is art. You graffitied the wall of all of the Bitcoin transactions everywhere. And I think you paid for it. So, You know, I'm sure
I
that
give a lot of money to the miners in the past year, a lot, just to put my
sure.
music up there. So
Did you do you mind talking about that, or is that something that like you could say like how much did it cost to like run that inscription? Because I remember when these started, some of those miner fees got bananas big.
oh yeah, for sure. So this one was actually the cheapest inscription, even though it's the biggest one. So it's the 34th largest inscription on Bitcoin, and it only cost me $600. Because the sats per view byte, the fees were just like 2 or 3 sats per view byte, so it was very cheap. But I paid as much as like for a smaller file size, like 340 kilobytes. Back in January, I spent $2,500 because it was like 55 sats per view byte for a single song. So, and I inscribed 5, so you know, anywhere between 500 and 2,500 times 5.
Super cool. Brett, you remember when this whole thing dropped? You remember when that first ordinals block, or was it runes? I remember like there was one with like multi-million-dollar fees, and like I think it was
Well, so I was ordinals. I was not ready when it first dropped. I got in still, I would say, pretty early, like within the first month that they were out. But I wasn't prepared for the actual hey, ordinals is live. But runes, I was. So I was there that night, had the wallet loaded up, and I was minting meme economics because it was rune 7, and it was just the fees were insane. Like you were paying, I think it was like $200 to $400 fees just to mine the free rune. It was crazy that night. So
fun time with
yeah,
the expensive blockchain. Really cool story, Violetta. And then this is your dad did the artwork, I read.
That's right. He's a Disney artist, so
beautiful.
He's on Bitcoin as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
We're going to give you a little special performance. We've never tried anything like this on Market Mania before, but we have a very special guest, so we're going to do it. Violetta, do you mind? Would you grace us with a little bit of your music right here live on Market Mania?
Absolutely. I'm prepared. I'm ready.
So
I'm going to play just a little clip of the song, the one song, When Bitcoin, No Ordinary Kind. So here we go. Lonely ever after, they said, won't be getting better, forget it, might as well be already dead. For what it's worth, I've said my farewells, a dollar bill will burn from me. I'm a stranger chasing freedom and glory for my mind. I'm not crazy, baby, I'm just no ordinary kind.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Fantastic.
That was awesome. Tony, the producer, that was awesome.
I just have one question. How many pregnant man emojis do I got to send you to write me a song?
We're big in the meme coins.
Don't save those, Tony. That's still got a lot of room to run.
Right on.
How many? 1 billion pregnant. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Violetta. That was
amazing.
Absolutely beautiful.
Super great.
First time you have not only one song, one Bitcoin, but you also have first ever Market Mania live music performance, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that's a first.
I think so.
Go support her art, Market Mania audience.
Check out her site.
And now, unfortunately, it almost feels awful to move to politics, right? I mean, that is just like, there is no good segue. Usually I got something smooth, but not this time. We're going to move right into a Mac Lance tweet. After that gorgeous song, we have to now discuss American politics. There is a great, oh man, it's abrasive. It hurts me. But we're 6 days out from an incredibly polarizing election, and Mac Lance here says it's come down to see which side can do more hateful, divisive rhetoric. Brett Ritchie, holy crap, we have seen a lot the last couple of days.
We have, and it's not the main people in play, right? It's the comedian that they brought. To me, that's the campaign's fault. We already went through that. You bring the comedian that's like, hey, I make racist jokes. That's on you. That's not on the comedian, Frog and the Scorpion. He's going to do his nature, right? It's on the guy that threw him in the river with the frog. And then you have Biden. When it's a nice win for the Democrats, right? Especially because Trump's been rising with Hispanic voters. I think he might have even flipped the Democrat support in Hispanic polls. And then Biden just comes out and is like, fuck all these people. So
Violetta, what do you think? You're an Italian that lives in America. What do you when you see that you have to be blasted by this stuff? You can't get on a subway or turn on a radio or a YouTube without seeing political ads right now. What do you think? What do you think we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Italian from Italy, so I'm not going to say that our politics have been any less entertaining in the past. It happened for sure. However, I feel like I lived in Germany for a long time, and they take themselves very seriously over there, right? It's not, German politicians are very serious. And so that's kind of what I'm used to. And so seeing it is a popularity contest. It is a circus. It feels like a circus, It's not
absolutely.
It feels like they're not really talking about important things because of the way they talk to each other. So it's just it makes me laugh on both sides, which I don't know if it's a good thing, but it is entertaining for sure.
I think you viewing politics as entertaining or as entertainment is one of the smartest things you can do. The people that get really into the cult and the tribal aspects of it, I think that's just a net negative way to live life personally, because it's just such an obvious scam that if you really believe that blue team is the side of good and righteousness, you fell for a hoax. And I'm not going to hamper your feelings on it.
Or you're like, I'm on the red team, so I don't want to talk to my family member that's on the blue team. It seems
I would think it's probably crazy. More blue people cutting red off, but Trump is, you can't support Trump. I don't know.
It seems crazy to be religious about either one of these sides that don't give a single fuck about you.
Trump's the greatest American since Abe Lincoln, but that's a fact. That's not an argument.
Okay. Violetta, you're going to have to excuse us. We are deep in the weeds, deep in the weeds here. And Matt Glantz, who's not joining us here, would usually be making a counterpoint there. But so we had Biden jump on and say, I don't know about the, but all those guys are bad. And
or Puerto Rico, I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
So the Republicans trot out a guy that just says that all the Latinos are reproducing too fast and they're coming. How did this guy get on stage? And then Biden comes out. He's like, oh, they're all garbage, the people that support him. This is a dumpster fire election. This is a total dumpster fire election, both sides.
No. Trump is way above average, in my opinion, for a politician. It's the Democrats and they're way below. They're below their average, which is already pretty low.
Violetta is selling beautiful music. Trump is selling a watch a week before.
We're going to get that watch. We're going to run this show up and we're going to split that 100K watch 4 ways and we're going to have Matt wear it.
Why wouldn't we could buy a song now?
This is awful. Violetta, thank you for coming on. And I apologize in general for the rest of the show. Kalshi is our lead sponsor. These are the prediction markets. This is what people are betting their real American dollars on. Fake money. So, it's not that important, Violetta. It's not like they're betting Bitcoin on this. It's not like there's sats on this.
Yeah,
it's
I would never bet any Bitcoin on anything.
No, this is just fiat currency. This is a couple million in fiat currency. It doesn't matter. And so it looks like it's 62-38 in favor of Trump today. We, Violetta, are massive gambling degenerates as well. We have 10,000 of our own dollars that we've run up just a little bit on our Kalshi account, and we just make some hasty clicks. If you see anything on the board that you like here, we like to bet on it. Just I doubt that. I don't think anything jumps out at you. You wanna fire on the popular vote or anything? Does any of that? That doesn't.
I don't know.
Care to make a wager?
I don't feel like I have the right to do this. I don't know. I'm not American, so I'm like maybe I'm gonna, bet on the wrong thing for sure.
Oh
but,
yeah, we don't
you know
mind. We
what I
don't.
mean?
This group has taken our fair share of L's. We take it good. We take it well. So all right, so let's go ahead and move because this was a big story today. The Mr. Beast crypto scam. This broke just a hot second before we started the show, and this was alleging chicanery and insider trading of, and it looks like he ran up. He ran up something like 20 something million US dollars. Look at, is that a Zach XBT or is that somebody else that did the map out there? These guys are.
This is a company called Angels Trace. Zach XBT was definitely involved in this, a guy that we've talked about on the show previously who does a lot of these types of crypto investigations. He was investigating one of Mr. Beast's associates and came up and I think helped back into Mr. Beast's wallet. Mr. Beast actually outed himself a while ago when he was explaining NFTs that he bought, and people were able to use that information when he bought them and from whom to extract exactly which wallet was his. And the minute he said that, people were able to piece a whole menagerie of wallets tied to Mr. Beast together. Now, this is the promise and the horror of chain analysis here. Now, Mr. Beast, with all of what they've done here, they've exposed him from pumping and dumping coins on his fans over and over and over again. It doesn't seem that there was any type of shit project low enough for him to put his name on to get the pre-mine, get the coins, and dump them on his fans. So I'm glad we can do a chain analysis and find a guy like Mr. Beast scamming on people. But the flip side of this is, if you've gotten your stuff legitimately and the government doesn't agree with you, they can do this kind of thing to you as well. I think ultimately our ethic here is that money is speech, blockchains are code, and code is speech, and ultimately I feel like this type of chain analysis is harmful to the industry, harmful to growth, and I think we need to find some privacy tools that help us get around this kind of thing, even if we can't catch the next Mr. Beast. Just be smart.
Brett Ritchie,
just don't put your money in shit coins.
Tony. Thank you, Tony. Brett Ritchie, are we indicting? I need to see a Zach XBT tweet before I don't know
enough about it or what Mr. Beast's involvement was. I will say one of the things I find like the most repulsive in the world is when somebody already wealthy, somebody that's already made it, is still out there scamming the little guy. It's just so disgusting to me. I hope this isn't what happened here, but it's like Mr. Beast is already this wildly rich, multi-millionaire guy. I remember that like the All In Pod guys were saying he's going to be the youngest billionaire, self-made billionaire. He's on track for that. He has this massive media network. I think he might have 200 employees at Mr. Beast Network. Like 23 million is actually kind of like a little sidecar scam for someone like him, right? He's in the hundreds of millions of net worth and brand value or whatever, I would say at least. So why would he, what was his involvement? Is it like a Young Thug type thing where maybe guys under you or around you are off doing bad stuff? You're not necessarily involved with it yourself, right? Or is he ordering these crimes to be committed? Is he the one driving the scam bus? I don't know. I hope not, because it's ridiculous if so.
I don't even know if it's like a crime. I don't even know exactly what happened. Pumping and dump. I don't know how much. Is Violetta, you want to fuck up your life and take a shot at Mr. Beast right here?
Honestly, a little bit, yes, because it's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm also a content creator. I'm a musician first, but I have a community, and like, I'm not Mr. Beast in financially, not even close in a million years. But the last thing I would do is dump on my fans and my community, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even, be here in the first place, and that could kill your career, to you guys' point, like 23 million, is it worth, putting such an obstacle to your career development, because it might, really damage your reputation. So I don't know. It's also silly on his part.
On one hand, like, we throw out our picks of the day. I wear this not investment advice hat, which you're going to see very shortly here. And we've been sitting here shilling pregnant man emoji coin, Solana shitter. So on one hand, and now granted, we didn't start it, and we're not going to just, as soon as it gets popular, just dump on all of the people that watch this or that bought it. It's not that.
Pregnant man to 100 million.
On one hand, we like to highlight all the little like dumbass things that just keep, and the velocity of this stuff is insane. That's something crazy that comes up in crypto. And on the other hand, so is that a Mr. Beast sandbox, just clicking buttons and seeing what you could happen, or is it more of like a nefarious sort of evil style? Hey,
well, this
giant
KSI
community,
one here, this
look at this.
The
and
KSI
then, I'm just selling on the back end.
Is not great. I'm like, if you're tweeting out 2 coins I'm bullish on, and then hours later you sell 100, 350K, like literally 2 hours later.
Super scummy. Super scummy.
That's outright scammy. That's KSI though.
Super scummy.
That's not Mr. Beast, but he's another, again, huge influencer guy.
He was an associate with Mr. Beast on this ERN project, so.
Right, but me as Mr. Beast, if he didn't dump his share, I don't know exactly what happened. Either way, like that is just blatant.
Long form digging into this. Brett, I would dig in long form with you for a while, and I would have like Violetta sing a song about it in my perfect world. Just sit there like, Mr. Beast has scammed the population. All right, no, it's obviously not your genre. All right, last story for tonight that we're going to pick of the day is Russia fined Google infinite. They sued him for infinite. They sued him for 23 million times the amount of fiat currency that exists on this world. Yes, Violetta, that is a real story. That is an actual news bite that Russia fined. Now they use the old mafia calculation where here's your fine, it's 1,000 a day, and it doubles every day until you do what I say. And so it kept doubling until, and then I guess, again, if it doubles, everybody has seen a good Ponzi chart where like, oh, you only have to double it 85 times, then then you're super rich. And so now they're suing for, I guess the best way to say it is 2.5 times 10 to the 21st power worth of money, which is many millions of multiples more than the M1 money supply. And we could assume Google isn't going to pay infinity to Russia. We could assume, and it's another dumbass story. Brett, I sue you for infinity.
I mean, well, first off, if Kamala wins, the way inflation's been going, this might actually just be a easy fine for them to pay. Might be a drop in the bucket. It reminds me of Alex Jones, right? Just find this random civilian $1 billion because fuck them. Like, it's ridiculous. You just ignore it. Yeah. I mean, Google's probably just laughing. Like, who cares? I don't know what, if they're operating much in Russia anyway. I don't know.
Tony,
I don't really pay attention to Google anymore.
Tony, the producer, Google's not paying infinity. I got my do your own research, not investment advice hat. Roll it on. Safety glasses are on. It is time for the Market Mania pick of the day.
Make the party rock, drop it like it's hot. Everybody stack, I'm stacking to the top.
Violetta Zironi, thank you so much for joining us today. Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day?
I'm going to bet on Donald Trump to win New Jersey, 6 cents over here. And it is just a YOLO long shot that the trends we're all seeing, that the party of hope and inspiration is going to carry it to the finish line and defeat the evil empire.
Click it in, Tony.
Click
it in. We're betting. Are we really betting? What are we betting? How many contracts? 800. You got $64 on this with
640. 8,000.
Send it in.
Violetta's going to say we're cheap.
I would bet like 300 or something, but it doesn't matter.
$300.
So how about 426, 4206 worth of contracts? I mean, just for the meme magic, that is a fucking long shot. That doesn't seem possible in my world, but that's fine. We're going to do a big election special on election night. Violetta, if you want to come on and play music, we have a multi-hour stream, and I'm actually DJing a small set of AI songs before the stream starts. You're welcome to come on before we get into the dumb stuff. And if you want to play some songs, we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. That was awesome.
Yeah, why not?
Brett Ritchie, thank you very much for the New Jersey. And then Tony, who's got the next pick that you got locked and loaded there?
Looks like Brett. What? We just did Brett's. Let's do mine. How about? I like super micro Supermicro just had some bad news today. They had an accounting firm quit on them because they saw some shenanigans and didn't want to be responsible for it. So whoever had Supermicro just did a big round trip here, but they've got a good business model. I don't think they're going anywhere, and the world's going to need what they make going forward. You can get it at a real discount today. Supermicro's my pick.
Not investment advice here on Market Mania. And then Violetta Zironi, do you have a pick of the day for us?
A pick of the day. Oh my God.
Did we not set this up?
We did, but you know what? I don't have it right here with me, but I have a really awesome Bitcoin guitar pick that's all gold. So that's the pick of the day.
So good. That's so fucking good. Thank you so much. I don't have it right here, and I'd
show you, but it's awesome. It's literally a heavy duty like gold guitar pick, all like Bitcoin branded. So
that might be our best pick of the day that we've ever had. And I have seen you with pictures of the pick of the day. You can see Violetta Zironi on Zironi Violetta on the old X, and you can catch the picture of her pick of the day on there. That's where you have to go. My pick of the day is also Violetta focused. It is gonna be, I purchased this right before the show, Moonshot number 2367. Part of her Moonshot NFT series. Couldn't afford the one Bitcoin song, but I am going to get in for a little bit cheaper here. I like the artwork, and I like the song, and I like the art. So I added this to the Mycon.eth collection, of course, a storied NFT collection that you can find wherever the hell you want to view that at. And you can now see.
That's a very Halloween one as well. It's very like spooky season. Seemed good right here on Halloween Eve here. And thank you so much for joining us. That is going to do it for Market Mania today. We like to leave you with some lyrics. It is kind of a music focused show, I guess. And keeping with the theme of political based rap music this week, this one is from Killer Mike's Reagan. And it goes a little something like this. Ronald Reagan was an actor, not at all a factor. Just an employee of the country's real masters. Just like the Bushes, Clintons, and Obama. Just another talking head telling lies on teleprompters. Like and subscribe to this show right here on X at Market Mania Show. Click on the YouTube link, give us the like and sub, and you'll keep us on the show. You'll keep us here every day. We have to keep doing it if you keep liking it. That's it for today. Join us for the election special. Remember the 5th. Thank you very much to Violetta Zironi. And we'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold, or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard at the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury of how we're turning, where I would turn it. Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine to look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind, was afraid of the time. Strobe light flicking in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now, how about tonight? My interview's tight now.